Welcome to the Comedy Here Often podcast. I'm your host, Kevvy. This week on the show, my guests are Shirley Gnome and Jen and Sylvia Soska. Yeah.
What's it like for you to be pregnant, Kevvy? Tell me about your pregnancies.
Well, they based a movie on me called Junior. Starred my favorite politician, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He was a great politician in that movie.
I think he's just a great politician in general.
Mm-hmm.
Loves nannies.
And kindergarten.
Loves kindergarten. Loves being a cop in kindergarten.
Well, who doesn't?
Basically, I think he just did that movie because he wanted to brandish a weapon in front of small children.
Yeah.
That's why whoever wrote the script is like, I want to show my gun to children.
Okay.
Ages 5 and up.
Yeah.
And I can only think of one way to do it, and here it is.
Well, the 90s were a hell of a time, weren't they?
Kindergarten Cop was version 27 of that guy's movie. The first one was just called Showing My Gun to a Child. Couldn't get it out of the writer's room.
Couldn't get
it onto the table of any reputable Hollywood agents. But he kept plugging away, which is what he wanted to do to those kids.
I want to know who wrote this, who ended up, the name of the man who ended up writing Kindergarten Cop.
His name was Johnny...
Shoots a lot.
He's a very reputable Hollywood agent now. Mm-hmm. I think me and the Soska sisters discussed him in the last episode.
Oh, yes, he's really succeeded due to his violent sociopathic tendencies.
Just people can just really relate to a cop who teaches kindergarten. Let's just fucking take that movie down. There's a sequel with Dolph Lundgren, direct to video.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Dolph Lundgren, did he brandish his weapon for the children as well in that film?
A different weapon.
Oh.
A crossbow. I don't know what you thought.
I thought a lot of different things.
I think occasionally I think a lot of different things too.
Quit bragging.
It's called thought thinking.
Well, that should have been the name of this podcast.
Thought thinking?
Thought thinking.
It is now.
Well, great. Welcome to Thought Thinking.
I can't wait to have a thought that is somehow useful.
Yeah, me too.
It could be maybe a movie script like the one we were just discussing. If I came up with a really good one. Do you have any ideas for a good movie?
Let me think here. I literally have nothing going on. There's no thinking of thoughts. I'm like, that should be something. Everyone's got an idea for.
So you're meditating.
What about some kind of space unicorn?
Well, that's just a great idea. And the way I said great was great. And so that, to me, is a sign that we should do it.
Your brain broke, so...
My brain broke.
I'm thinking space unicorn. I think unicorns in space, somehow.
Unicorns in space.
This is probably as good of an idea that goes on in a Hollywood boardroom anyway. All right, so people like space, and they like unicorns. So how about a space unicorn?
A unicorn... born in space, came to Earth. I sound like Gilbert Gottfried now.
Do. Ooh, I will say that two of my buddies did a great show, a theater show, Shadow Puppet, called Space Hippo. It's fucking awesome. And I would 100% watch that as a movie. It was so good. And I can't even begin to, I don't even want to, it's just, it worked.
It sounds so good.
It was so good.
Can you do me a favor really quickly?
Yeah.
Just continue talking about space unicorns while I make sure the levels are good. So this is your chance to pitch your movie to Tommy Childgun or whatever we called him. I'll be right back.
All right, Tommy Childgun. I know you like weapons in front of children, but what do you think about hippos in front of planets? Wait, not hippos. Unicorns. I'm just stuck on the space hippo thing. Unicorns in space. How would the unicorns survive in space? Maybe that's it. Maybe we actually just watch 90 minutes of unicorns exploding because they can't survive in space. I mean, probably someone would watch that. How are the levels?
Okay, I'm back.
Hi.
Now we can start talking about the unicorn movie.
Okay.
Okay, so Johnny Unicorn. I think how come there's not a lot of movies with unicorns in a serious tone, and that's extremely offensive to me, actually.
You're right, because the last unicorn took itself very seriously
Yep.
to the benefit of everyone. That unicorn's journey was a very serious, sad, arguably a metaphor for womanhood kind of a situation. Really, I think we just need another last unicorn, except in space this time.
It makes total sense to me. And where's that sequel also? And where's...
Oh, God, yeah, they're remaking everything. Why haven't they done a new The Last Unicorn?
I have a theory for why there's so many remakes, which is
Yeah.
I think, if only there are 2 movie directors in the room that could help with this. But
It would be useful, but
I
here
have
we
a
are.
theory that they just keep doing remakes because movie studios are huge pussies and they're like,
Yeah.
we can't do a new idea.
Yeah.
We have to do...
Ah!
Whoa!
You don't like remakes? You don't like remakes? This is awkward.
I
You don't
love
like
remakes.
them?
Can I remake the space movie about unicorns?
Is this because they're remaking Space Jam?
This is what
Is
I'm
this
upset
a
about.
Space Jam hit? Is
Yeah.
this
a
a
hit
hit
on
job
Space-
on Space Jam?
Are you projecting your feelings about Space Jam onto every
This is
remake?
exactly what it is. I'm very offended. I didn't know you 2 were in the room.
Yeah?
I wasn't baiting
Nobody
you.
did.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
wasn't
You gotta
baiting
check.
You to potentially get on screen with me and...
I always follow Shirley everywhere she goes. She
It's
knows
true.
this.
It's actually really flattering in a really creepy way.
Are they the stalkers you were alluding to on your album that we're halfway through making?
Yes, exactly. No, actually, no. There would be a much more beautiful song with a lot of harp if that was about these 2.
Oh, I can't sing, but I want to be in your album.
I think we can make it work.
It's happened for so many people before.
Wait
What?
a second. I have a
Who can't
question. I have a question for you two. Considering
Connecting to a talented friend and being like, put me in it!
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean,
I want to incest my way in.
you can nepotism the shit into this.
Kevvy, do you want to talk on your show?
oh no, You guys got it. Not. No one cares about what I got.
He's
Yeah.
projecting again.
I'm upset.
It's Space Jam related.
It's all about,
No,
it
I-
always goes back.
I
It
do
must
have a
be postpartum because of the junior thing.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like,
well. After I
where's
gave
the
birth to
baby?
my beautiful baby boy, Space Jam is his name.
Aw,
He is a
triggered.
He's an animated basketball. I actually do have a question for you two about your remake because usually the studios will be like, remake this thing that was successful 10 years ago, and then you're remaking an art movie.
That was remade
That's-
42 years ago.
It's
Whoa.
such a cult movie, and so they usually wouldn't be into something like that. It seems like, right? And so was that a struggle trying to like get that off the ground? Because I know you wanted to do it for a long time, right?
It was definitely a struggle, but I think since we remade See No Evil 2 like 10 years after, like a sequel 10 years
Yeah.
later, and we made it just the next night, they're like, you know, when there's a really long wait for a sequel or a remake, we should get those two.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys would can sit on the couch too if you want.
Oh, no, I know.
Shirley?
Okay, cool.
Yes?
Oh,
I'll go next to her.
Please.
Excuse me.
I'm going to see if I
Slither
can find my
forth.
weed back here.
Okay, cool.
Bye.
oh, hey.
Hey.
Have you guys ever had an experience with a ghost?
Yeah.
That's not the right side of the mic.
Yeah.
Can you talk about unicorns?
Is
again?
that the-
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
I have had an experience with a ghost.
What happened?
I think I fucked one once.
Really?
That's common.
So.
It's really common.
Yeah?
Well, no, that's like no, it's special. I feel it was still
I
as
thought I was the only one.
special.
Damn polyamorous ghosts.
Oh no, not another one. Well,
you
they
know.
have to be because their mates keep dying.
Well, they don't like labels, right?
Something about ghosts. Did I tell you about my 4 other ghost girlfriends? Is the conversation you had?
I
late
mean,
one
I
night.
wish the ghost had that conversation before he fucked me. But there wasn't a lot of communicating really going on there, I guess, because of the whole, he doesn't have a corporal form, so he doesn't have vocal folds. I mean, there's always excuses with these, lying pseudo-poly ghosts, am I right?
And then you're like on the Ouija board, and they're like, "I have something to tell you."
And then you're there for 17 hours, your fucking wrists hurt because he's got so much to explain about how he totally wasn't wrong about what he did.
So you're the crazy person, and I am the ghost who is good. I hope you still love me.
It's so hard to break up with a ghost, too.
It's well, yeah. I mean, gee, they're just always around haunting you.
It's like, geez, can you move out already? And the
I
ghost's
said
like,
it
can
was
you
over."
move out? I can't. I'm stuck here for eternity.
I have unfinished business, and it's to piss you off. So you said that it's common for people to have sexual experiences with
Yes,
ghosts.
that's a very most. There's a movie called The Entity, and it was based on a real life story that happened in Culver City in Los Angeles, where this woman just kept getting raped by this ghost.
Raped.
Raped by this ghost. Her kids were there too. It would like throw her around and everything. It was crazy. We tried to find the address, but they wouldn't tell us because I mean, they're like, go to Tinder,
Ghost Tinder.
Ghost Tinder,
Ghost swipe.
Ghost Grinder.
Ghost Swipe.
Ghost
Ghost Grinder.
Ghost Grinder. But yeah, a lot of people that do have physical interactions with ghosts, it's sexual. But think about it. Everybody's like, oh, I want to get laid. And then they dive and all that sexual energy's there. They're like, Shirley.
Do you think that ghosts are just libidos that are like floating around, unreleased libido energy?
That's where mine went.
My libido died years ago, but I'm pretty sure it's fucking someone down the street.
Is that what my libido sounds like? Joe Pesci?
Yes.
Actually, no, that sounded more like Tony Soprano.
I don't know who it was, but he's
Whoever he is, he's from New York.
he traveled very far.
Yeah. Sorry,
Interesting.
that was a question, and then I riffed, and then no one answered it.
You asked a question?
Well, she was saying, do you think ghosts are just libidos detached from their host?
Well, there's repeaters.
Okay.
So depending if they're in like a horrible thing, they just repeat whatever happened to them like over and over again. And then there's ones that can actually do new stuff, which are like demonic that can do stuff to you.
Oh, no.
Like
Oh,
Beetlejuice.
demonic? Can they do benevolent things to you?
Yes, they can do benevolent things
felt
to you.
benevolent.
I mean, that must be a nice ego stroke, being like, I'm a benevolent spirit now. Just like,
Oh, I'm just gonna go around pleasuring people and then just
Oh.
whisking myself away.
there's other guys
thoughtful
like, I can
ghost.
just open a door. They're like, haha, I'm fucking this chick.
Nobody knows.
Nobody
I'm invisible.
What an interesting haunting that would be.
Yeah.
Why do you think the ghost would die and then be like that as a ghost?
You'd have to ask their mother, probably.
Really?
The father. It's maybe it's
they ghosts
parents,
too?
right? Right?
Yeah, that stuff gets passed down, even to ghosts.
Wow. It got really serious and sad, ghost. Maybe there's ghost therapy.
Pick the energy back up. Pick the energy back up.
Did you find your legal cannabis?
Jen's the segment producer.
What's that?
Jen's the segment producer. She's
Keeping
like,
this thing going.
it's a little sad.
Energy
A little
up.
sad, guys.
Energy up.
More,
Hustle.
Shirley, more Joe Pesci type impressions, and go back to that unicorn thing. That was really working.
How about if I combine all of it? Joe Spessy, space
Joe
unicorn.
Pesci.
Joe Spessy, that's the unicorn's unicorn's name. I'm Joe Spessy, this space unicorn.
So Shirley has had the interesting experience of she wrote a new song and it's been crushing live so hard that she's had to stop playing it until we can release it.
Yeah, that is true.
Which one?
It's a song called Love Yourself. It is a song that is in a 90s, like a dance mix 93 to 95 sort of a style.
Yeah.
And it's meant to be an encouraging song about having self-esteem. But what I notice is that people who have low self-esteem really respond well to bullying. So the whole song is bullying them into loving themselves. And so it's pretty mean, but I find it's very effective.
Can you give it a little taste of the chorus lyrics, which are my favorite?
Just the lyrics. Love yourself, you piece of shit. Love yourself, you fuckwit. Love yourself, you idiot. Why don't you go and thrill yourself?
That's really sexy.
It smashes live.
Yeah, people are
Great.
because they want to send it to their piece of shit friends, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
they
yeah.
want to use that to tell their piece of shit friends to love themselves because they're angry at them. Because that's the whole thing. You get so mad when people that you love don't love themselves. You just want to punch them right in the face. And I'm like, I'm going to channel this into 90s dance pop. And a lot of people really seem to want to do that too. So it's pretty cool. I'm really excited for when that one gets public.
Might there be a video?
Oh,
Should do a video.
well, that's up to the big dudes upstairs, I suppose. But I'm going to rub my hands and cross my fingers and pinch my nips for it.
You know, I know
My
some good,
magic. That's how I bless my own life.
I know some good directors who could do a good video.
I think I.
Is there a director attached?
No good directors.
Get the fuck out of here!
I love this. I love this.
She's like the crypt keeper now.
She's popping out of her coffin.
keeps us on our toes. I'm like, just sure, no more Jen. Let's do it.
It's
I know of another secret song that you have that I know you're probably not even allowed to talk about.
I wonder. I think
Can
we
we?
can talk.
When is this coming out?
in like a month?
Well, we don't have the green light on it yet.
I know.
I love that song so much. I'm going to listen to that artist as soon as I get home.
Well, if it does come out, it's called Not So Bad.
Yes,
So-
it's called Not So Bad.
And it's so damn good!
I hope that anyone listening to this who's heard what we're talking about realizes why we can't talk about it just yet. It's all going through litigation right now. It's
That's
going
right.
through some heavy litigation. We're hoping for the best,
We're
though.
being sued by the writers of Kindergarten Cop. And so
They heard this live
I
somehow.
don't know how they did it.
They're everywhere.
Maybe they're behind the couch with Jen. Jen and I have done that face to each other on and off for years.
Aw. How
Kinda-
long have you known each other now? Because you guys have worked
On and off for years.
on and off. You've been on and off working relationship.
When Jen does it, I think she kind of looks like Morticia Addams, which I think is a good thing.
Oh, it's a great look. She is she's a queen.
Mm-hmm.
And I love their relationship that the Addams have. They have like a very sex positive BDSM
Yes.
relationship.
Gomez and
Gomez and Morticia, yeah, they
Yeah.
really have it worked out. Like they're such a good example of how you do that properly.
yeah.
Good communication.
Yes,
like
and
real communication.
everyone's stoked on it.
Yeah.
Like everyone's having a good time. It's great.
My friend Trevor Risk and I were we were putting together this list of like pseudo goth characters in modern media,
Yeah.
and like Addams Family is a good example of that because the people that were watching it didn't really know about that culture. I think.
Sure. Yeah, I bet.
And then there's like I think Darlene from Roseanne is kind of within
Yeah.
that, and then
Yeah, she's in there.
in Cheers there was this character named Lilith who dated Fraser Crane, and she was kind of gothy, and so
I love her.
yeah.
There was that teenage girl in the Max. I guess the Max wasn't really like a popular cartoon.
I
love
love the
that.
Max.
Me, I also
oh
love the
my
Max.
god.
Sarah the poet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to hear a sad story?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I got offered that to make it into a movie, which I died because the movie Bob that we're making is what I thought the Max was when I tried to rewrite it. And I was like, oh, it's not that at all.
Yeah.
And it's trapped and legal.
Oh man.
It's trapped and legal. They really fucked the guy over when they did the cartoon, and now it's like so trapped and legal, and it's genius. It's such a
It's
beautiful story.
Yeah.
We're getting depressing again.
Oh no! Hype it up! Hype it up! Hype it up!
Up.
Sylv said she died when you didn't get it. Did your libido live on though?
I don't know where it
go
is.
and
I
fuck
think it
down the
left with
street.
yours, and Joe Pesci goes.
Joe Pesci
Rest in
libido.
peace.
If your libido had a personality or was attributed to some kind of celebrity or type of person, who do you think that would be?
Have you seen the film Audition?
No, but
Supposed to stir it.
it's okay.
It's about this TV producer that wants to find a perfect woman, so he does a fake audition for her, and unfortunately he gets a psychopath, and she keeps men in bags and their tongues are ripped off. That's me. And she cuts him up, and she's like, words create lies, pain can be trusted. And she's like, you said to love me, only me. And then she cuts off his legs with a little razor wire. That's me. I understand it scares people, but
I find it very
I'm
comforting,
really
to
into
be
it.
honest. I find it very therapeutic to hear that.
Yeah?
Mm.
Oh, we're going to go on a
Pain
date.
can be trusted. Finally, I keep
Here
trying.
we go.
Every year to a year and a half, a beautiful woman will want to make out with me, and I'll be like, okay. And then I'll do it, and I'm like, yeah. But I like to check in because I'm waiting because I know that sexuality is fluid. I know it could shift, and I've had enough bad experiences with cishet dudes. I'm just thinking someone's got to push me over the edge eventually, right?
You're getting there. Come to us.
I'll be waiting for you.
Yeah, I still need another 6 months till I'm due for my checkup.
Okay, cool.
So.
She'll be down there.
Okay, I'll give you a call.
She'll just pop up beside your bed. It's 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
It's true. Sexuality is so fluid now. Gender is fluid. People are like people who didn't know you could do that are really upset. You guys can't do that. I had to wear pants.
Yeah.
I had to wear pants for years.
I didn't even know it was an option, and now I'm mad at you about it.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I can understand to a point. It might be frustrating, but you don't take it out on the people who are doing it. You get on board. It's never
Exactly.
too late.
Yeah, you
It's-
can always join. But
It's like how you didn't know about Kindergarten Cop 2 until right now. It's like we can just go watch it. We don't need to be that upset about it.
Are you projecting again about Space Jam?
Sorry I keep bringing it up.
it's a sore spot, eh?
Little bit. Little bit. I actually don't care at all. That's the crazy thing.
It's denial.
Oh,
That's what
no.
denial sounds like.
I mean, I don't know how many times, every time we're working in the studio on the album, he turns around and he's like, this song's great. By the way, I don't care about the Space Jam remake. I'm like, great. And then he'll be like, great. And then he'll go back to working. And I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, it's funny because the cameras are this direction, but there's like a big Bugs Bunny suit over there.
Yeah, that
with,
is-
like a hoop, and he's just like,
I would never keep movie props in my studio. I don't know why you'd say that.
that would be weird to do.
It would be somewhat unsettling and definitely bring up a few questions.
I don't know. It's not like I put this mask on and yell at you every session, so I don't even know why you'd bring that up.
That's in litigation too, so that's why we just put it back.
Everything's in litigation these days, especially on my projects. Weird.
Ha! I talked to my lawyer this morning.
Did you?
Yeah, it's fun. He's like, oh, hey, sorry, I'm just going to check if this is legal. Yeah, and we'll know if we'll send some cease and desist. I don't know.
Oh, so intense.
I know. Sorry, Jen.
Oh, what? She's going to pop up again.
Hey, Jen.
Do you want me to go back there? Do I have to go?
Little
I'm gonna go
switcheroo.
back there.
Is it 6 months yet?
Is it 6 months? I heard
Well,
that
I've been
before.
back there for a while.
I mean, what is time really?
Time isn't real.
I
It
agree.
isn't.
I think the battery on this camera is going to die at some point, in which case I should just not be in the interview anymore. I think that'd be funny.
That makes me sad.
Or you could be like a ghost and we can animate you over here.
Will your libido remain though?
I don't know. We'll see.
Or yeah, you'll die, but only your libido will still be in your body and your
Everybody in-
spirit will be over
Yeah.
here. Your sexless ghost will be.
Everybody in here's libidos are floating around, and mine just takes a nap in the corner, sadly. With that unicorn pillow you just gave me. Finally, I'm comfortable.
It's so Eric Andre. It just continues on without you.
Yeah, doesn't even need me.
Hannibal's on his way.
Oh, good. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. I remember I was talking to a man who took some Viagra one time, and I asked him what it was like, and he said it's like his penis didn't need him anymore. And that made me laugh as a description for that, because I feel like I know exactly what he's talking about. She's
Wow. I
Your
have
penis-
no penis, but that's
Yeah.
interesting.
like, it doesn't even need me anymore. I could have left the room.
Wow.
Wow.
I made Shirley Gnome speechless just now. That's
Yeah.
never happened.
I'm like, what is it like to feel like your genitalia is on its own journey? Wait, I do know what that's like. I actually constantly know what that's like. We're not doing that, you fucking idiot. That is a terrible idea. Ugh, get back in there.
One time there was an American Mary fan expo Q&A session, and it was the twins, Jen Sylvia, me, and Tristan Risk, and they were all asking me what it's like to have a ding-a-ling.
Yeah.
And I answered seriously, and it was a completely full room, remember?
It was fascinating. I appreciate your honesty.
Well, the question was, if you could be one of the other people on the panel, who would you be? And everyone said me, so they could have a dick for a day.
Yeah. Sorry, I totally abused
more
that.
to you, I guess. Wow, that was insensitive.
No, I think that's a fair journey to go on, you know? Got so quiet in
I
here.
wish I could.
I'm
turn
thinking
Now we're
so
just
much. I know we're
fantasizing. What
we're
would I
just.
do?
I'm going into a world of imagination.
I remember Sylvia said she'd stick it in things.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Mr. Soska, you got it in the wall again. I know. I'm just.
Thing has a mind of its own. It must be on Viagra.
I don't know what it did.
I don't know what it did. Yeah.
Sir, there's drywall around your dick. I don't know.
I don't know. Everything went. I blacked out. It felt so good.
Oh fuck, there's a sheet there. I was looking for one for the ghost.
Oh,
I
perfect.
was gonna rise up. I had a lot of production meetings by myself back there.
A lot of I took a few meetings while I was back there, mostly with cockroaches and rats. By the way, a
of
mouse
wood
came
bugs.
walking through the studio yesterday, and my manager
Walking
Jonathan,
or running?
Running.
Okay.
My manager Jonathan is deathly afraid of rodents, and he shrieked. And it's funny because he was doing a voice memo at the time, so it's on there, and so we listened to it. Like, "Oh my God!" He's like so calm. He's like, "Hey, so anyway, so we have 3 o'clock. Oh my God!" It's great. And he also thinks he has every disease he reads about. He's what's that called? Where you
Hypochondriac.
yeah,
Yes.
he has that problem also.
You know what you
It's
should
pretty-
do? You should get a medical journal, like with all the worst diseases, and just leave it in his office so he
ruin his
can
life.
just peruse it and be like, "Yeah, I'm dying of that. I got that for sure. Yep, and I'm gonna go from that."
That's a great idea. Just to, like ruin
Happy
his night.
birthday.
Yeah. Might slow my career down a little bit because he's my manager, but I still think it's worth it.
Think about the
Yeah.
lols. Don't think about your career. Don't be so fucking selfish.
So selfish. My main, I'd say it's my biggest problem, and everyone else is around me.
Ooh, I got a great idea. You know how you
Okay.
get like novelty toilet paper? You could get like hypochondriac toilet paper, just print really weird diseases on every. So every time he goes to the toilet, he's like, ah! And starts reading about it, and then he's got to wipe his own butt with the diseases he's afraid of.
I thought you were going to say hypochondriac toilet paper comes individually wrapped in
Oh, that's also a
bubble
good.
wrap or something.
What if it's all poop related? Like if your butt itches at night, that is a
Means-
sign that you have a tapeworm.
Is it that true?
It is actually true, but also your butthole
It-
could
itchy-
itch naturally
The
for
itchy
many,
butthole
many
is a
reasons.
universal factor amongst all humankind.
Yeah.
Because everyone is a tapeworm.
But once a hypochondriac knows that, it's really unsettling.
That'll
yeah, I can't
that'll
wait to
do
tell
it.
him.
Yeah, and you also have to look in your poop to see the little like squares that because it pieces off. Tapeworms break off in your
Really?
poo. That's how you know. I've actually never had a tapeworm, but now it sounds like I should stop speaking.
Tell him it comes from sushi.
It does come from
That's the
sushi.
best one because they're
Really?
like, I had sushi last week. No, it doesn't.
Oh, man.
We're full of shit.
Full
You're
of
half
shit.
Japanese. You should know we're fucking with that.
I know. We did just go to a Japanese restaurant where everyone there knows my name and gave us very great service.
Cheers.
Who did you wink at?
Just the viewers at home
Oh.
who also just went to a sushi restaurant and had great service.
I kissed
Very
the
niche market.
waitress.
I
You
just
did kiss the waitress. I saw that.
She said I was pretty. That's all it takes for me. I almost married her. So starved for basic human compassion.
Oh, man.
aren't we all? Oh,
Bring it up.
all right, bring it up.
Jen.
Why there's
Bring it
plenty of love in the world. The idea that we're starved for it is just something they use to keep us down. I don't even know if I'm laughing or crying now.
It's like an Elliott Smith song. I better stop now before I start crying.
The laugh cry ghost.
That's good.
Thank you.
Were you recording that?
Yeah.
Missed up. Oh yeah. Good.
See?
Drop that in the album.
That would be good. There's actually some screams and stuff already on the album.
There's some weird noises on it for sure.
I like, that's the filthiest, saddest ghost I've ever seen.
He's not that sad.
I'm the ghost of the unemployment line.
Don't go.
You can't talk to him that way. He's union.
Beetlejuice.
There goes.
I like this a lot.
I like the end of your song, Fuck Me Now. It's just you screaming and making a face for a long time.
Yes, I have a song. I mean, most of the song's really in the preamble about the song.
What's it about?
Well, essentially, a lot of my material for the last 10 years has been pretty, like, sex positive stuff. And a lot of people who are very entitled and stupid will misinterpret sex positivity for sex availability. If someone's like, I like to have sex, I think having sex is great. They're like, oh, she said she's going to have sex with me. That's awesome. Which is not what I'm saying at all. They take it very egomaniacally. So I was having a hard time getting rid of that attention, unwanted sexual advances and all of that after shows. So I then created this song called Fuck Me Now, where I just talk about putting stuff into my pussy and pulling out even nastier shit. And then at the end of it, I say, if you ever leave me, I'll kill everyone you love. And then I scream as loud as I can, and I pull the worst face I'm capable of pulling, and I just spread that all throughout the audience and freak everybody the fuck out. And it actually works. Nobody bugs me after shows.
Great.
Every time I do it.
That's beautiful. And
It's also
so
the
plot of
powerful-
Nymphomaniac.
Right. Exactly.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a staple.
Have you written other songs that serve as a "Don't touch me after the show" kind of message, or
That was the
strategically like that for you?
Right. Like things I do to get to change things around the show.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, and nothing that I can really think of that comes to mind.
You don't have a song that someone hand me a joint?
That's a good idea.
That's a good
Oh,
one.
I mean, there's no. Sometimes
okay
I'll
to
yell
hand
that
me
from the
weed.
audience. I have yelled that from the stage many times to the audience.
Yeah.
And people are incredibly giving and generous when you do that. It's amazing.
Bless.
That's for sure a thing. But
Hashtag gratitude.
hashtag grab a doob.
That's why she's so good.
So you just got a positive note from the network behind you.
Yeah, the network's pleased.
Networks pleased. Networks pleased. I had a song where I wrote a song that's not on any album, which was called "This Is the Part of the Show Where You're Allowed to Go." So I do this really awful song, and then it's like this. I think we actually worked on it together, and then I did it live. We never put it on an album, and so it's just this like, "This is the part of the show where you're allowed to go. You didn't look into what you were watching and you were uncomfortable," or something like that.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
And then I'm like, "There's the fucking door," and then I just hold a flashlight up, like all the lights go dark, and then I hold a flashlight up to the exit sign, and I let anyone leave.
Really? So clever.
Which is funny because nobody wants to, because they're totally being on the spot to do it. So it's actually kind of mean, really. I would actually like to come up with one where, like, we're just going to turn the house lights on, I'm going to leave, and then you can actually go. Because it makes the show better for everyone when people who accidentally went there can just get out as soon as possible. Yeah. Like, this isn't for me. It's not a crime to not like something. Just get the fuck out of my space. And all these nice people who want to see me do a little... I'm here to do a for everyone.
That's what the people want.
The people want a little. Life is long and hard. They just want a little.
Bless you.
Yeah.
I can't believe our high school teachers thought we were wasting our time. Wasting their time, I mean.
What are they now? Dead? Retired?
Their
Nice.
libidos are just floating around the bottom of a drain somewhere.
Down in a sewage situation, a sewage plant being processed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? I mean, we could look up a few of them, I'm sure. Whatever happened to? We could send them the new album.
Oh, that would be great.
Wouldn't that be?
They'd hate it.
They'd be real mad about the dedication they put into teaching, the amount of education, the being underpaid and overworked, and then they make the wrong choices with their students because they're so stressed and tired, and then those students develop, regardless of any education they provided, to become way more successful than they ever were. Yeah, they wouldn't like those.
I don't think they'd like it.
No, it would be kind of mean.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Okay.
Maybe you should write a song about it, though. Because that's not directly mean. They'd have to listen to it to know it was mean.
That's true. It's indirectly mean.
Indirect mean is really a victimless crime.
That's
true. And especially if it helps you to express something and cathartic.
No, it's true. It's true. It's in the Bible.
Well, it's gotta be true then.
Sylv looks like she's the last round of the show Hot Ones.
Which next time I'm
rear-ended by two twins.
A set of twins. One set of twins, not two sets of twins. One set of twins. Yes, I was rear-ended by a church van last week.
We said we're sorry.
We're sorry. And it was these two. They'd stolen it and they were taking it for a joyride.
Never let me live it down. I thought it was 6 months. I thought it was cool to rear-end you.
Wow, I've heard that one before.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
You can clap at home.
Thank you.
I mean, everyone has a different line they draw about when they get rear-ended.
It's true.
Yeah, it was I mean, the great thing about being rear-ended by Christians is that they immediately want to take the blame for it right away. They love it. And I'm so guilty. I'm so guilty.
That's like a Christian orgasm.
I'm bad, and I should feel bad. I'm bad. Yeah, that was basically that was what that accident was. So I'm glad I could provide that for them. And yeah, I'm fine, so it's okay. It's kind of a hilarious. Like, I didn't realize it was a church van until the driver was texting me later to ask for forgiveness again and make sure I was okay. He did multiple times over the next few days. And then he asked me out for dinner to make it up to me.
Or a snack, right?
Oh, dinner or a snack. Yeah, it was dinner or a snack.
It could be serious or super cash.
It doesn't have to be a big deal. It could just be
a snack. We'll just have, appetizers.
Who leaves their house for a snack, man?
Maybe they do. I don't know. Any Christians want to call in? Is this a call-in show?
Let's get a phone in here.
Let's get a phone in here.
Now that would be fun.
This isn't
fun.
Live.
Considering all the vernacular mishaps they had driving out for another snack.
Yeah.
Taking their life into their hands.
You just don't know what's going to happen
I'd
out there.
never snack again if I were them.
Only giant entrees for the rest of their lives.
Just Thanksgiving dinners. 3 times a day for life. Shirley, did you have any horrible day jobs before you were the rock star you are today?
I drove an ice cream truck for 6 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
And you didn't like that song anymore at the end of it?
Well, depending on the truck that you got at the beginning of the day, you'd either get 8, 16, or 32 different choices for songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
so you
really?
Yes.
I thought there was one fucking ice cream song.
Same.
Yeah.
I mean, if you lack creativity, if you just sit there in the truck with the same song playing all day, sure. But
Is that where your music career started to blossom?
Where she started to get ideas creatively.
yeah, it was just like, I feel like I've always wanted to be an ice cream truck driver, but maybe I had it all wrong. Maybe music's what I actually want to be passionate about, not giving diabetes to children.
They're asking for it. Let's be honest.
Some of them were. Honestly, it was such an interesting way to look at like socioeconomics.
Yeah.
These like you'd see these kids who were not allowed, and they'd be up, and you're like kind of like ice cream pope. So you're just driving along in the van, and all the kids they hear the song or whatever song you're playing, they get so excited, and the kids that aren't allowed, they're like stuck in their house in the window, and they're just waving at you, and they're so sad, and all you can do is be like, I'm so sorry, they're not letting you have ice cream.
very
Goodbye forever. And then you have on the opposite side, you have like this really like morbidly obese kid with a $20 bill running out. That his parents are just like, get whatever you want, honey, because we love you. And then they just buy so much ice cream and they don't want to share it, and they're mean to the other kids. And it's like, whoa, that's like the pendulum swinging way in the other ice cream direction. It's crazy. And then there were like so many like this, like I was like in my early 20s, and I was like pretty cute, and which is weird for an ice cream truck driver. I realized that. And it was weird for a lot of these dads that were like home with the kids, summer vacation, and they would act so weird around me, like pulling out their money clips to buy the like just try and be like, I still got it, like the I still got it thing. So funny. And then some of the kids are like just the sweetest things you've ever met, and some of the parents were really nice. Some of the kids were assholes and would throw rocks at you. Like it was like just this full spectrum experience, and it was only 6 weeks. I really got a good little slice of humanity at that job. But the pay was terrible, so I got a serving job after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was there anything crazy that ever happened when you were doing it? Like, did you ever like maybe
Back
there's,
over
like,
a kid.
Yeah, or like there's like an opposing
can't talk about
competitive
that now.
ice cream truck that you always had to fight or something.
No, nothing like that. Like it was definitely, I mean, it was a bit creepy. Like I have to, where are all the children today? Like it felt a little weird sometimes. But one time I was playing La Cucaracha. Because that was the choice.
One of the many
options I had. So I just, I would go, I get sick of one, I go to the next one. And I just happened to be that right when I turned on La Cucaracha, I turned the corner. There was this giant family of Mexican people having a barbecue. I was really embarrassed. So I was like, I didn't do it on purpose. And they were laughing their asses off. I thought it was so funny. They came over like, La Cucaracha. And that's like, so I'm like, oh, okay, great, cool. And then one of the guys was like the most beautiful man I think I've ever seen in my life, in the middle of this
Antonio
really
Banderas.
like something like he was just gorgeous. And he came up to me and he was just like smiling at me and he was like so happy, and I was like, oh my god, I'm like embarrassed, but now like I'm having a separate turn on. Is this gonna birth some weird Mexican ice cream fetish for me? I'm confused. No.
And he came up to you, he's like, this song is about a cockroach, right?
That likes to smoke marijuana. And I'm just like, jizz, jizz, jizz. No, that didn't happen, but it was such a funny moment where things just sort of like layered on top of themselves. Yeah.
I love jizz, jizz, jizz.
This is me. Jizz,
It's just
jizz,
accurate.
Jizz. That's how it works. Jizz, jizz. It's spring. It's squirting out.
Exactly.
Look, I'm just here to be an educator.
Bless.
Just loop this as a gif and promote the
It's the
show.
most successful boomerang we've ever had.
Oh no, I think I re-injured myself from my Christian side hug.
Quick, text them for the snack.
I need a snack.
Bring it, bitch.
I start being mean to them. They probably love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
probably
jump
love it.
so fast. They're like, oh no, penance.
Yeah, penance, penance, penance.
Yeah.
Great,
All right.
cool.
Well, that was a little while.
Yeah.
Anything else anyone wants
good?
to add?
I think these two humans are pretty dope. I want to add that.
I love you. I love
today.
you so hard,
Yeah,
but
we
more
did.
in 6 months.
You'll see.
I
We'll-
was
we'll be
already
back in
starting
6
to give the
months.
hey, try women a speech.
Have you
Fuck
thought
men,
about women?
try chick.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna keep checking in, and I'll bring a 6 months. We'll see what we can get going on. We're gonna fluidify my sexuality.
Kevvy's like ordained at your wedding. Remember when it was a joke?
And now you're in love forever?
Gross.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you, Shirley Gnome.
Hey, thanks for having me. Heavy Mentos.
Thank you, Jen and Sylvia.
Thank you. Mwah.
I was never here.
But I wish you were, and that's the problem.
This is just my libido.
It's very productive. Bye.
Bye.
Remember me.
Oh, that was a pretty good throw.
And that's it. Thanks for listening to the Comedy Here Often podcast. I've been your host, Kevvy. Thank you to Shirley Gnome and Jen and Sylvia Soska. And make sure to follow them on all their social media. And make sure to follow us on our social media at Comedy Here Often on all platforms. Thank you for listening. Check in with you next week. Bye.